near the front of our mat, feet firmly planted, and we'll move through a little bit of breath work with a little bit of a roll down. So kind of like bridge, except almost like we're going to start on our sit bones and work our upper body down rather than on our back and working our tailbone up. So from here, sitting on the sharp edge of your sit bones, go ahead and grab the back of your thighs because I want you to use your arms to scoop out the front of your body. Inhale, nice and tall. And exhale, start to turn the wheel of your pelvis, a little bit of push down into your feet to scoop up the front of your body. Inhale, and exhale, scoop closer towards your quads as you come back up to the sharp edge of your sit bones. Lengthen through your waist. Inhale. Exhale, scoop closer towards your quads as you come back up to the sharp edge of your sit bones. Last two. Exhale. Curl back and try to stretch open your lumbar spine. Inhale. Exhale, scoop closer towards your quads as you stack it back up. Can you feel the spread of all 10 toes down on the mat? Inhale. Exhale, curl back and down. Find a place you can hold. Really feel like you're pulling your pelvis towards you, but your feet are still pushing down. You're going to inhale, drop down an inch. Exhale, pull with your arms and your abdominals, scoop up an inch. Inhale to open. Good. How can you drop your sternum down towards the mat? Feel like there's a big beach ball in front of you, and you're hugging it, pinching it between your quads and your chest. Last three. Give me two. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, curl it all the way back up nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale, slowly pour yourself all the way back down. Walking yourself all the way down. Opening your arms out to a T. Release and relax. Rock your legs over towards the right. Take a big inhale into the left side of your body. And exhale. Pull back up through center. Rock over towards the left. Big inhale into the right side of your body. And exhale, pull back up through center. Carefully shift your weight over towards your right, or whatever side facing me first, that's okay. So I'm on my right side, relaxing my head all the way down. Both hands are stacked on top of each other. My legs are bent, almost like I'm sitting in a chair. Your left hand is going to telescope across your chest, and I want you to open it towards the far side of the room. So a nice chest open, and exhale, close it back up. Exhale, pull across your body. Reach through your fingertips away from your center and open up the front of your chest. And exhale to close back off. Once more like that. And find your range of motion, right? Your left arm or the arm that's moving may or may not touch the floor. That's okay. Just kind of let the weight and gravity open up. And then close it back off. Now we'll pinwheel. So let your fingertips trail on the floor. Keep the top of your shoulder quiet and start to open up through your heart as you circle the arms like a rainbow around to the back side of the room. And then exhale, keep your shoulder quiet and feel like you're stretching from the top of your hip all the way to your finger. Last two. Inhale. You're rotating through your upper thoracic. Try to keep your pelvis square and reach your arm back towards the wall behind you. And then circle it back forward. The sides of your neck and the top of your shoulders are soft. Last one. Lengthen up and back. Nice and easy. Big open stretch. And then carefully close it all the way back off. Good. We'll carefully press ourselves up. Swing our legs to the other side as we flip to the other direction. Lengthening that arm out. Both hands are stacked to start. Knees bent like you're seated in a chair. Telescope your arm across your chest and open to the far side of the room. Take a big inhale, widen to your ribs. And exhale to close it back off. Inhale, wide into the ribs, deep into the lungs, opening up through your heart. And exhale to close it back off. Last one. Inhale, wide into the ribs, deep into the lungs, open up underneath your right pec. And then close it back off. Now we move through our pinwheel. Trail your fingertips on the floor, circling them back towards the wall behind you. Big stretch. Nice big shoulder range of motion. Circling through the shoulder. Try to keep the side of your neck, the top of your shoulder quiet. Can you drop your right hip away from your fingertips so that you're really opening up the side of your waist? Stretching it, circle it back around. And last one. Floating up and over. Nice big stretch, reaching the heart up towards the ceiling. And then close it all the way back down. Nice and easy. Carefully flip to your back as we move through our pelvic clocks. So from here, feel the spread of your feet. That includes your toes, the sides of your feet, and your heels. So not just your heels and not just the balls of your feet. Really feel all 10 toes, metatarsals, through the sides of your feet and the heels. Picture your legs are a little bit like sliding glass doors. They're not going to fall out away from each other. They're actually going to stay parallel next to each other. I want you to glide your right leg away from you and pull your left femur bone back. So like they're two sliding doors, they just passed each other. Now draw back through center and pull your right femur bone back. Glide your left leg away and back through center. A little side to side. But I want you to actually focus on like someone's grabbing a femur bone and pulling it out of your center. Back through center. It's very little. It's little. So it might be hard to tell in the screen, but I want you to really feel just a little bit of movement from your pelvis because your thighs are gliding past each other. They're still parallel. They're just gliding, lengthening away from each other and then back to center. Last one, glide that right leg away from you, like someone's grabbed it and is pulling it up towards the ceiling. Your left femur bone drops back. Back through center. Glide that left femur bone away. Pull your right femur bone back. Reach, 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 and then back to center. So there's your 9 and your 3. Let's find our 6 and our 12. Relax that pelvis away from you. I often feel a little bit like my stomach just fell out towards my heels. And then exhale, turn, and start to pull in and up the front of your body. And then inhale to release and to relax. Good. So we don't just collapse our low back down. We actually feel like we're pulling our front abdominal wall in and up, and then releasing it away from us. Exhale, lift the front of your abs, like you could pull those ASIS points towards each other. And release it back and down. We'll start to make it just a little bit bigger. Curl the pelvis towards you. Feel like you're standing into the spread of your feet, and maybe your pelvis hovers off of the mat. Now in this position, hold a beat, and I want you to try to soften your glutes so that you're not paying attention to your glutes. I want you to feel like you're standing into your feet. Find your hamstrings and the abdominals pulling in and up the front of your body. And then sequence back down using your abs and your hamstrings. Then you let the pelvis release. And exhale, turn and lift. How can you stand into your feet to peel the pubic bone towards you? Inhale at your top. And exhale, release and relax it back down. Nice and easy. Let it soften at the bottom. Inhale. We're going to move a little bit through seesaw. Exhale, curling your pelvis towards you. Stand into your feet and lift your hips to a position that you can hold. Whatever feels comfortable today. Doesn't have to be crazy. Float the fingertips back towards the wall behind you. Now, as your spine starts to lengthen back down, start to lift through the head, neck, and chest and curl towards your quads, lifting up. Inhale, as you lower your head, neck, and chest, peel your pelvis up, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale as you sequence. Lifting head, neck, and chest like a seesaw, curling forward. Exhale, lengthening back and down. Scoop, 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 scoop. Stand into your feet, lifting all the way up. And exhale, lengthen through your waist. As you lift head, neck, and chest, curl to a position that you can hold. From here, keep head, neck, and chest lifted. We move through our marches. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Last 4. Give me 3. Last 2. And last 1. Lengthen head, neck, and chest all the way back and down. Soften and release. And exhale, float the hands behind your head. We're going to move into our curl. So firmly plant through your feet. Keep your pelvis in neutral. Little added challenge here. Feel like there's a wine glass that's seated or standing right on top of your pelvis. And try to keep it balanced there the whole time. Here's your inhale. Lift your elbows so that you can see them in your periphery just a little bit. Soften through your shoulders like you could pull the scapula towards your back pocket. Inhale. Exhale, deflate the ribs as you lift head, neck, and chest. Curl and look off the top of your knees. And then inhale to soften. Exhale, curl. Keep the weight of your head in your hands. Soften through your shoulders and feel a little bit like you're gliding your elbows up. Inhale to soften. Last 4. Exhale, deflate your ribs. Inhale to soften. Exhale, deflate your ribs. Inhale to soften. Keep your pelvis in neutral. It should feel flush on the mat. It should feel soft. Don't push it down, but feel like you're pulling those ASIS points in and up. Last 2. Exhale, deflate. Inhale to soften. Last 1. Exhale, deflate. And inhale to soften. All the way back and down. Lay your hands down along beside you. We're going to move into our toe taps. Again, keeping your pelvis nice and level so that your ASIS points and your pelvis don't change position. Nothing changes. Here's your inhale. Exhale, glide your right leg to tabletop position. Think about pulling your waist in and up and then your left leg to meet it. So both legs are in tabletop. Your pelvis is in neutral. Sides of your neck are soft. Shoulders are back and down. Tap your right foot down. Exhale to lift back up. Tap your left foot down. Exhale to lift back up. Notice that your pelvis doesn't change. It stays still. You glide your femur bone open and pull back in. So you're finding an openness across the front of your hips. Back and forth, gliding. Again, like your legs are like parallel sliding doors. They pass by each other. Tapping and lifting back up. Try not to bend at the knee, but glide open from the hip crease. Opening it up, and then exhale, pull back in. Last one, right? And exhale, pull back in. Last one, left. And exhale, pull back in. Both legs zip together. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to bend. Inhale to lengthen. You don't have to go far to challenge your abs. Reach away from your center and pull back in. Notice that you don't increase the curvature in your low back, right? That's bad. Pull and keep your waist in and up. So don't let your torso change position. It stays nice and still. Last 4. Give me 3. Last 2. Last 1. All the way back in. Carefully lengthen your legs up to your 90 degrees. Again, pelvis is in neutral. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. It doesn't have to go far, but reach away from your center Lengthen and pull. Last 4. Give me 3. Last 2. And last 1. Carefully bend the knees into your chest. Take a little breather. You can rock from side to side. Whatever feels good. Go ahead and grab your TheraBand. We are going to stay down onto our back. So just make certain it's right beside you. Coming all the way down onto your back. Let's lengthen our left leg away from us. We're going to loop that TheraBand around the right foot. And walk your hands up to wherever feels comfortable, but then bend the elbows and push them down onto the floor. Feel a little bit like your elbows are firmly planted beside you. Now from here, let's just make circles with our ankles. So let's find some ankle mobility. I'm going to walk my TheraBand up closer to my toes. So I really like kind of around my toes. That way I can sort of circle the ankle into the TheraBand. Nice big circles. There you go. Good. Yeah. 4. 3. Last 2. And 1. Reverse your directions. 4. 3. Last 2. And 1. Pull the toes back towards your nose. Now I want you to feel like you're going to pull your big toe closer towards your nose. Now pull your pinky toe closer towards your nose. So just a little movement here, feeling like you're going to supinate the foot and then pronate the foot. So just a little bit back and forth. Pull your big toe towards you and then pull your pinky toe towards you. Woo! And last one, big toe towards you and pull your pinky toe towards you. Flatten your foot, so now all 5 toes are nice and level. Bring the TheraBand into your left hand and pull your big toes toward your left shoulder. Try to stay anchored in your right hip. Big stretch. Nice inhale, wide into the ribs, deep into the lungs. And exhale, cross through center. Switch your grip and let the leg fall out to the side. Try to stay heavy in your left hip. Your left hip doesn't come off the mat. Pull back up. Separate your TheraBand. We're going to move into our circles. So think of feet and straps. It's a little bit harder though because you've got to do a lot of the work now without the loops, right? So pull the toes towards your nose, towards your shoulder, across your center line, down, around, and all the way back up. Lift, lift, down, around, all the way back up. Lift, lift, down, around, and all the way back up. 4. Reach through the foot. Give me 3. Lengthening your waist. Last 2. All the way down and around. Last 1, all the way back up. We reverse. Lengthen over, out. Cross your center line, pull up, up, down, around. Over, up, up. 4. Lifting up, up. Give me 3. Lifting up, up. Last 2. Lifting up, up. Last 1. All the way back. Nice and easy. Soften. Carefully switch your foot. Again, bring your toes into the TheraBand. And we move through our ankle circles. Circle your foot. Push into the TheraBand. 4. 3. Last 2. And last 1. We reverse. 4. 3. Last 2. And last 1. Good. Now pull the big toe back towards your nose. Then pull the pinky toe back towards your nose. Good. A little bit of a kind of a rolling through the ankle, feeling like you're going to pull the inside of your leg line towards you. Then pull the outside of your leg line back towards you. Last 2. Pull the big toe back towards your nose. Then pull the pinky toe back towards your nose. Last 1. Big toe. Then pinky toe. And then bring both feet, both loops into your right hand. And pull towards your right shoulder. Try to stay anchored in your left hip, opening up to the outside of your leg. And then switch the TheraBand, comes into your left hand and open over towards the left. Keep your right hip down. Drawing back up, both hands hold on to the TheraBand. We move through our circle. Cross it over your center line, pulling towards your right shoulder, then down around and lift up. Up, up, down around and lift. Up, up, 4. Up, up, 3. Up, up, 2. Lifting up, up, last 1. All the way back up, we reverse. Open out. Circle down, around, over, up, out. Down, around, up, over. 4. Lifting up. Last 3. Pull in and up. 2. Last 1. All the way back around. And bend and soften. Carefully remove that TheraBand. Both feet firmly planted down onto the mat. We move into some bridge work. So now, before we were looking at some spinal mobility, now we're really going to try to build some back body strength. So think legs, glutes, and abs. Widen through your collarbones, lift your chin ever so slightly so that you feel really the weight of the head, the spread of your rib cage, and the weight of your pelvis. Inhale at the bottom, and exhale, curl, lifting up. Inhale, and exhale, sequence all the way back down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, curl to lift up. Inhale at the top, exhale, draw your ribs away from your arms as you lengthen the waist and release the pelvis down. Last 2, exhale, turn and lift. Inhale. Exhale, sequence back down with control. Nice and easy, releasing at the bottom. Last 1, exhale, turn and lift. Lifting all the way up, hold. We move through a flat back. So hinges here. Tap the bottom straight down, and then tap, and then press it straight back up. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Give me 5, 4, last 3. Feel the spread of your feet. 2, all 10 toes. Last 1, lift, and then sequence down with control, releasing at the very bottom, let it soften. Inhale, and exhale, turn the wheel of your pelvis, slowly scoop up to a position you can hold. Float your right leg to tabletop position, and place it back down. Float the left. And inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Stand into that opposite foot. Really root down so you can float the leg up. Last 4, 3. Give me 2. And last 1. Both feet down. Inhale. And exhale, sequence all the way back down, nice and easy, releasing at the bottom. We've got one more variation. So from here, we're gonna come back to that single leg work. Inhale, Exhale, turn the wheel of your pelvis. Slowly start to scoop your hips all the way up to a position you can hold. Reaching through your fingertips, float that right leg to tabletop position, and then lengthen it in line with the opposite leg. Both legs are even. Exhale, pull. Inhale, float. Exhale, pull. Inhale, float. 3. Last one. Bend and lay it back down. Inhale and exhale. Sequence nice and easy. All the way back down. Let it soften. Inhale. Lifting up. Bend to tabletop. Lengthen. Both legs are parallel. Exhale, lift and low. Lift and low. And lift and low. Last 2. Last 1. Bend to tabletop. Place it back down. Reconnect with your center and sequence all the way back down. Nice and easy. Little release at the bottom. Good. From here, we're going to move into our roll-ups. So a little bit of combination. So when we're on our back, our knees will be bent. So let's go ahead and reach our fingertips up and back. Here's your inhale. As you exhale, start to lift through the head, lift through the chest, curl yourself forwards. Start to walk your feet out and lengthen yourself all the way back up. Inhale. Exhale, as you curl, start to bend the knees and lay yourself down with control all the way back down. Inhale. Exhale as you lift. Start to lengthen the legs and curl yourself closer towards your quads as you come all the way back up. Exhale, turn the wheel of your pelvis. Scoop the front of your body and lengthen all the way back down, opening through the front of your chest. And exhale, lift. The trick here, which I'm afraid I might not be demonstrating very well, is to do simultaneously. So feel almost like as your sit bones move, your knees start to move. Inhale to open at the bottom. And as you start to lift, again, your knees start to lengthen and meet straight as you stack it all the way back up. Let's do once more. Inhale and exhale. As you start to turn, you start to bend the knees and simultaneously lower as the knees bend. And then exhale as you lift. Start to straighten. Ooh, slowly bringing yourself all the way back up nice and tall. Beautiful work. Good job. So sit yourself in the middle of the mat. And if it's comfortable for you, you can stretch those legs just about a mat's distance apart. We'll move through our forward stretch and some of our saw. So hopefully our hamstrings are a little bit more open, especially after that little TheraBand work. So a little bit of a stretch here. Reaching your fingertips forward. I want you to picture there's kind of like a pillow in front of you. And you're going to lengthen your body up and over that pillow and drape yourself forward. So sort of like you've just relaxed around that pillow. Pillow, beach ball, whatever you feel like kind of helps with that image. Try to open up the back of your spine. Take a big inhale into the back of your body. Then exhale, start to push your tailbone down. Lift your stomach and stack your spine all the way back up. Nice and tall. Inhale. Up and over. Lengthen. Can you lift your waist? Lift your waist. Lift your waist all the way up and over. And exhale, lift the front of your body as you stack your spine all the way back up, nice and tall. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Up and over. Lengthening. Lengthening. Exhale. Lift the stomach. Start to stack it all the way back up, nice and tall. Opening those arms out to a T. Bring the hands behind your head. This one's one of my favorite exercises, and I think it's because it's really hard. What I want you to focus on is that you don't lift your shoulders with you, but drop those shoulders back and down and try to lift your heart towards the wall in front of you. This alone is a lot of work. Staying on the sharp edge of your sit bones, you need your abs to turn on here. Growing tall, I want you to inhale, turn towards the right, and lift up, 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 up. Very good. Now exhale, pull back to center. Can you stay grounded in both sit bones? Inhale to lift up and turn to the left. Lift, 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 and exhale, pull back towards center. Inhale to grow tall as you turn to the right. Good, now dip over towards the left and bring your left elbow towards your left knee. That's it. So you're still to the right, but you're pulling your left elbow towards your left knee. That's it, and stack it back up. Turn through center and grow tall as you turn towards the left. Now stay facing the left as you drop your right elbow towards your right knee. And lift your stomach away from your quad. And then stack it back up nice and tall. Through center. Soften your shoulders. Can you push your head into your hands just a little bit and turn? Then lift your left obliques as you fold the left elbow towards your left knee. Up and over like a big rainbow. There you go. And then stack it back up. Nice and tall. Through center. Turn towards the left. Then tip up and over. Lift your stomach. Lift your stomach. Lift your stomach all the way up and over. And then stack it back through center. Open both arms out to a T. So that rotating sensation that we need, keeping our chest open and really feeling that thoracic rotation, we want here with saw. So turn towards your right. Flip the right hand down and reach your left hand across your right pinky toe. And can you drop your right shoulder away from your right ear? Reaching that right hand back and folding forward towards your right foot. And stack it back up through center. Turn towards the left. That left thumb turns down. The right hand reaches up and over, up and over, up and over. Stretch and stack it back up through center. Rotate and then flip. And fold forward. Lift your stomach away from your quad. Lift your stomach away from your quad. And stack it back up. Nice and tall. Last one to the left. Turn, turn, turn. And then flip that left hand down and reach forward. Over, over, over. And then stack it all the way back up. Nice job. Take a little breather. Let's move through a little bit of a side stretch here. Both arms open out to a T. Drop that right hand down and lengthen up and over. Nice and easy. Can you stay anchored in your left sit bone? And then exhale, stack it back. Opposite hand floats down. Stay anchored in your right sit bone. Soften through the right side of your neck. And really feel like you're stretching from underneath your armpit, through the side of your ribs, stacking it back up. Right hand floats down. Left arm, let's circle it and actually hold our head. Now I want you to draw a line from your elbow all the way to your hip crease. That's what you're stretching. So reach, 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 up and away. Now just a little rotation here. Turn, look up towards the ceiling, and exhale, turn. Look down towards the floor. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling. And exhale, look down towards the floor. Last one. And exhale down towards the floor. Carefully stacking it all the way back up. Left hand floats down, right arm. And again, draw a line from the elbow, opening up through the side of your body, all the way out. Up and over. Look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, turn down towards the floor. Inhale. And exhale. And last two. Inhale. And exhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Carefully back towards the side and stack it all the way up. Circle the hands behind you, clasping them. and push your arms away from you and lift your heart just a little bit. Now my hands can touch the floor. So it just depends kind of where you're at. I like feeling like I can push down into the floor to lift my heart up just a little bit. So kind of use that information to keep your chest open. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, then circle down through center, left ear towards left shoulder. Good, nice and easy. Can you push energy down through your arms to float your heart up, opening up through the front of your chest, circling through the neck. Try to drop the shoulders away from the ears. Last one each way, circling over towards the right, down and around, circling over towards the left. And then soften and release. Carefully let go of the hands behind you and soften. We're going to flip. We're going to come to lying prone on the mat. So lying yourself all the way down. Let's move through just a little bit of a mini swan. So walk your hands so that they're wider than mat's distance. So they're actually going to be on the outside of your mat, kind of down onto the floor. Now soften everything down and feel a little bit like the top of your head, not your nose or your eyes, but the top of your head is reaching away from you towards the front of the room. Just a little bit of weight down into those hands. Widen your collarbones and feel like your elbows are pulling towards your feet. Now like someone's grabbed the back of your ears. Start to glide your head up and slowly lift the head, neck, chest, just a little bit of weight down into those arms and soften back down. Inhale. Exhale, glide your shoulders back and down and feel like the back of your head is pressing up towards the ceiling. Collarbones are wide, just a little bit of weight into your hands and soften back and down. Last two. Exhale, widen through your collarbones and lift through your heart. Find that same stretch from the jawline to your sternum that we just had seated. And last one, inhale. Exhale, just a little bit of a push down to your arms to float up, all the way up, and soften back and down. From here, go ahead and make a pillow with your left hand. You can relax your head down onto the pillow, reach around behind you, and grab onto your right leg. So a little bit of a front quad stretch. From here, pull the heel towards your bottom, and just kind of open up through the front of your hip. Nice little release if that feels good. Now start to push your foot into your hand and feel a little bit like you're gonna flex that quad, hovering it off of the mat. Maybe even starting to lift the knee ever so slightly to stretch open the front of your hip. Really big stretch, big stretch, big stretch. And then soften and release. Let it go. Make a pillow with your right hand, turning your head, reach back towards your left foot. Now pull the foot towards your glute and let your legs soften. Inhale. Exhale, push energy into your left hand and start to feel like you're opening up the front of your left hip. Maybe even hovering that knee off of the mat just a little bit, stretching open the front of your body. Big, 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 big stretch. Inhale. And exhale, soften and release. Good. From here, make a pillow with both hands. We're going to move through our single leg kick. So from here, that right heel is going to kick towards your bottom. 1, 2, and then lay it back down. And then the left. 1, 2, and lay it back. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Good. Think tight glutes, soft ankles. Squeeze, squeeze, and soften. Squeeze, squeeze, and soften. Squeeze, squeeze, and soften. Last 4. 3. Give me 2. And last one. And soften and release. Carefully circle the hands around behind you and go ahead and interlace them in the small of your back, if that's available to you. If this is not for you today, that's just fine. Go ahead and make some, make a kind of a fist with your hands or a pillow. Elbows are slightly wide, and then soften back and down. So the options are hands behind you or elbows just a little wider underneath your shoulders. You're going to double leg kick, kick, kick with your legs. And then as you lengthen, lift head, neck, and chest, press down and float the heart up. Good. Soften, kick, kick, and then float up. Good. Kick, kick, and float up. If your hands are behind your back, it looks like this. Kick, kick, and 1, 2, 3, and soften. Kick, kick, and slide. 2, 3, and soften. Kick, kick, and last one, lifting up. Reach, and soften all the way back and down. Bend at the knees. You can rock a little from side to side. We're going to do one more variation where we're combining the two. So a little bit of a front hip flexor stretch and a little bit of swan. So again, your arms are just kind of slightly wider than shoulders distance. So starting from here, nice and easy. Really feel like you're growing long through the top of your head. And I want you to widen through your collarbone, start to press yourself up, just a baby extension. Push some weight into your right hand. Lengthen through your right leg and start to stretch and look back towards your right leg. Opening up the front of your hip and then back towards center. Inhale. Exhale as you lift. Push weight into your left hand. Lift through the left hip and look over your left shoulder. And then soften back. Exhale, push and lift. Reaching through your leg and soften back and down. Push and lift, reaching through your leg. And soften back and down once more each way. Feel the back of your arms press you up. And then lengthen and look. Soften back and down, last one. Feel the back of your arms press you up. And reach, reach, reach. And soften back and down. Little breather. Carefully press yourself back. Find a little child's pose, if that's available to you. Opening up through the low back. Turn the wheel of your pelvis towards you. Tuck your tailbone. Last one. Good. Carefully coming up to tabletop, if that's available for you. So if not, you can always double up the mat if it's a little too much on your knees. We're going to move through our cat-cow. So hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. I want you to round through the spine and look towards navel center. Lift the front of your body, widen your collarbones. Inhale into the back of your ribs. Exhale, shift through center, dropping your weight down. Inhale into the front of your ribs. Exhale, push energy into your arms, rounding through the spine. Tuck your tailbone, round through the spine, and inhale into the back of your ribs. Exhale, sink through center, lifting head, neck, chest. Turn your sit bones and inhale to the front of your rib cage. And last one, exhale, round. Look towards navel center. Lift the legs to the abdominals, widen your collarbones, and then soften and find a happy medium, somewhere in between. Picture that the weight of your head, the spread of your rib cage, and the weight of your pelvis is still up against the mat. Now you're just flipped. So from here, we're going to work on our balance control just a little bit. Reach that left leg back and focus on pulling towards your center. You're still connected towards your center line. Draw it back down. Float your right leg back. Careful that you don't turn that leg out, but turn your knee down towards the floor. Lift the layers of abdominals and think about your hip points are still pointing straight down towards the mat. Lengthen the leg back, but keep your pelvis in neutral. And then lower back down. Reach. And lower back down. Last one each. Left leg lengthens and lowers back down. Right leg lengthens and lower back down. Now the arms. Keep the sides of your neck quiet as you float that right arm up and then soften back down. Left arm up and soften back down. Good. Lift the front of your abdominals. Don't change the position of your spine, but support your low back. Back and forth. Keep the sides of your neck quiet. Last one right. Lower back down. Last one left. And lower back down. We combine the two. Now our left leg lengthens as our right hand lifts. And lower back down. Left hand, right leg. And lower back down. Right hand, left leg. And lower back down. Left. And lower. And right. And lower. Reach away from your center. Lengthen through your spine and your limbs. Last one, right. And lower. And last one, left. And lower. Good. From here, walk your knees back just a little bit so that your hands are slightly in front of your shoulders. And then shift your weight. So now you're in a slight tip forward. You're in a modified plank. So from here, just a little range of motion. I want you to bend the elbows towards your waist and then press back up. Bend your elbows towards your waist and press back up. Lengthen through the top of your head. Last 4. And reach. Give me 3. And reach. Last 2. And reach. And last 1. Reach it all the way up. Shift it back. Take a little breather. Let it stretch. Nice and easy. Carefully bringing yourself all the way back up. You're going to make a diamond with your fingers. So you're going to bring that diamond again slightly forward of your shoulders. And then shift your weight forward. Slide your shoulders back and down. Now this alone might be work. You're welcome to stay here and really just build that center line. Think about pulling towards an invisible dowel rod that runs through the middle of your body. Or you can add on little plie and press. Little plie and press. Keep the light of your chest illuminating the space in front of you. Lift up out of your wrists. 4. Give me 3. It's not very big. 2. And last 1. And soften and release. Shift your hips back over your heels. Reach your fingertips forward. Now bring the palms of your hands together. Your arms are still reaching. Your elbows are down. And then bend at your elbows and stretch your triceps. Reaching your fingertips back towards your sit bones. And breathe. Last 1. Carefully float those hands back forward and come all the way up. So from here, let's go ahead and we'll move into a little bit of some side work. So options for everybody. You can find your elbow bent along beside you for a little bit of work here for your obliques. Option 2, the elbow is long underneath you and supporting your head with your hand. Or option 3, coming all the way down onto the side. So this is easy, a little bit harder, and this is harder still. So find kind of whatever works for you. From here, let's go ahead and lengthen your legs out long towards the, on a diagonal away from you. I want you to reach through your heel. I want you to lift that top leg, and I want you to tap it down and lift it up. Tap it down and lift it up. Good, just a little range of motion. It's actually not big because I want you to think about your pelvis doesn't change position, and I want you to actively reach through the heel. Your toes are pulling back towards your nose. 4. Last 3. Give me 2. And last 1. Good, now lift and hold, point through your toes. And I want you to lengthen your leg back and turn and reach forward. And then pull back towards center. Reach back and turn forward. Now, if you're on your elbow, you can still do that. As you reach, you rotate and back to center. If you're on your arm, you can still reach and pull back towards center. So kind of find what works for you. Reach and pull back towards center. Point and reach forward and pull back towards center. Point and reach 3. And pull back towards center. Think of opening the front of your hips. Last 2. Almost there. Reach and hold little circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back through to center. And soften and release. From here, go ahead and bring that leg up underneath you. Little bit of a stretch. Place your hand onto your knee, and we're going to rotate again. So a little bit of a push into that knee as you turn your chest towards your elbow. And then back towards center. So your pelvis and your rib cage are turning. Stretch that knee away from you, and then back towards center. And last one. Turning, rotate, and then back towards center. Carefully press yourself up. Drop that hip down and hug the knee towards your chest just a little bit. I want everybody to reach their left arm up, or their free arm, whichever one that is, the one at the back. And then circle and reach back towards the wall behind you and lift up. Nice and tall. Lift, lift, lift. And soften and release. Good news, we've got the other side to do. So again, find your setup, whatever works best for you. Your legs are slightly in front of your hips, kind of on a diagonal. You can be on your elbow. You can be on your side. Or you can come all the way down, whatever works for you. From here, reach through your heel. Actively lengthen through your back of your leg. Lift, hover, and lower. Hover, and lower. Hover, and lower. I want you to feel like you're reaching your heel towards the far side of the room. Really stretching it away from your sit bone. Last 4, 3, give me 2. Last 1. Good, lift and hold. So from here, same thing. Wherever you're at, find your range of motion. Point the leg back and reach forward on a diagonal. And then back. Point the leg back and reach. And then back in. I want you to feel a little bit like that foot is pushing into the wall behind it. It's not that it's going far, it's that it's turned on. Lengthen through that leg and feel like your whole leg, all the muscles are hugging close to the bone. Reaching and then back in. Last 1, reaching. Hold little circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And soften. Carefully bend that knee towards you. Propping yourself up onto your elbow. The hand comes onto your knee. And I want you to turn your rib cage down as you press the leg away from you. And then turn back towards center. Turn the knee, turn the chest down as you press the leg away. And back towards center. Last one. Carefully pushing yourself up. Drop your hip down. Hug your leg towards you. And reach that back arm up. Big stretch. Now turn back towards the wall behind you. And reach that hand away from you. Grow tall to the top of your head. And exhale, soften. Last one. Soften and release. Good work. Nice job. That's class. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let us know. I miss seeing you all in the studio so much, and I hope that we'll be together very soon.